What's up, brofaloafs? No, it's been a long time no see, and I know some of you guys are still hoping and expecting that I still have the Fiat, but that is no longer the case. It hasn't been for a while now. After I did the wide body kit on the Fiat and put the wheels on and finished that car up, took it to a lot of shows, had a great time with the car, but just wasn't what I wanted to keep doing as far as with that vehicle. So I ended up selling it off after I got a new job. And then I ended up getting a Ford Focus RS, and you'll have to excuse me, I'm actually riding my one wheel. It's fantastic. You guys should get one. Not sponsored, but it's great. Super fun. But after the Fiat, I ended up getting a Focus RS, and I modded that car, took it up to well over 450 horsepower. Super fun, fantastic car to play around with, made shoot flames and do all sorts of crazy stuff, and it was a great, super fun car to have. Afterwards, I traded out of that one, ended up selling it, and the turbo ended up blowing in it, so we ended up getting something a little bit different. Okay. And I ended up getting a Civic Type R, and I was using that as more or less my dad car to tote my son around and, you know, have a good time and have something fun to still drive. Oh, how do I get off this thing? I made it. You want to go inside? Okay, let's go inside. Yeah, so I had the Type R and drove that around for a little bit, but it was pretty expensive on a monthly payment. And to be honest, I love all my Honda bros and I love the car, but it was just a very front wheel drive car. And yeah, it just wasn't exactly what I was used to having as far as, you know, owning vehicles. Of, you know, always preferred something that's more rear-wheel drive and manual, which that was manual, and it was a great manual, but it wasn't what I really wanted. So ended up selling that. I got a truck for a little while, used it to move some stuff around, and then after the truck, ended up getting a Barth 124 Spider. Now the 124 Spider is an interesting car, and I used to have a Miata, which none of you on here would know unless you keep up with my social media, but I wanted to kind of go back to my roots for a little while and enjoy something that I used to have and own in the past, and it was fun having it. I did a few things to it as a turbo car, so we ended up, you know, putting blow-off valve on it, air intake, exhaust. No, we never did the downpipe. Front mount intercooler, a couple of turbo bits, stuff like that, just to, you know, have a super fun car to drive around town, convertible, which I always, you know, missed having a convertible, so it was nice to kind of get back into that again. But up until recently, oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. No, are we good? Up until recently, we ended up selling the Abarth. Yes, I know, it's crazy. I have way too many cars to keep up with, but ended up selling the Abarth, and I ended up getting this and that. That's the dad wagon. This is the family car. New 2022 4Runner, but that is the new project car. So I know some of you guys are gonna hate it. Some of you are gonna love it. I love it. I think it looks beautiful. Sitting right there, looks great. It's a good looking car. But yeah, so we got a brand new 2022 Toyota Supra with the 3-liter inline 6 in it, turbocharged. Beautiful car, and I don't know, I'm still trying to learn it and figure it out, and, you know, learn its little quirks that it has, and you know, all sorts of different features that it comes with, which it comes with a lot. There's a lot of buttons, and I'm constantly learning new stuff. Like just a couple weeks ago, I learned that whenever you buy one of these, you can get a app called the Supra Connect app and connect your phone to the vehicle, and it gives you the option on there to set a timer or press a button to where you can activate a ventilation system on the car that will suck all of the hot air out of it and replace it with cool air before you even get in it, like on a hot summer day or nice sweaty Tennessee day like this, which is just now spring and it's hot as in here. Anyways, so yeah, so there's the car. Turn the camera around so you guys can kind of get a decent look at it. It is in nitro yellow, which I think is one of the better colors that they came out with for the 2022's Supras, well, the Supra in general, for the Mark V generation. Gorgeous looking color. Looks a lot darker when it's in the evening time, and then in the daytime or when direct sunlight it is a very bright yellow, but it is also a darker yellow. It's not like an in-your-face neon yellow. It's more of a like mustardy kind of looking yellow, kind of like an old school yellow. I think it's a very cool looking car. Only thing I've done to it so far is do a decatted downpipe on it just to squeeze some more power out of it, give it a nice exhaust note. But I'll show you guys inside of it. There's my waifu over here. Got keyless entry, so when you grab the door handle, the mirrors fold out for you and you can open it up. I'll show you guys the interior. You go inside, you got a nice little Toyota Supra logo right there, stamped in there. Nice leather seats that are 8-way adjustable. You can even adjust the bolsters on them, which is really nice. You can press a button and the bolsters will actually fold in on the sides here to squeeze you in nice and snug. Pretty much full black interior. They really only come in this color or the red with the leather. And you can also get a 4-cylinder Supra if you wanted to, and that one will give you kind of a half leather, half fabric-ish looking seats. Now if I hop in here, give you guys a better view of everything. You got a nice gauge cluster over here. Only thing I can really complain about when it comes to the gauge cluster, it is good looking, but it doesn't really move much. It doesn't really do anything. Even when you put it in sport mode, all it really does is just give you kind of a red circle around it, and that's about it. So I wish it moved more. Other than that, it is a nice clean setup, and I love the fact that there isn't a piece of plastic or anything covering it either. You can just kind of touch it and feel it, and you can actually, it's a physical thing that you can get your hands on rather than having a plastic covering over it. Typical kind of BMW styled steering wheel, with a Toyota badge on it, of course. You got your headlights system over here, which something a lot of people don't know is you also have a parking light here that you can press and it'll turn one of the daytime running lights off and leave only the left one on, I believe, since it is a German car technically underneath, which a lot of people seem to complain about. But I mean, I feel like if we were to have built the Supra to be what everybody wanted, I feel like everybody would have been let down, because I feel like at this day and age they would have still kept it at a similar price point like they did, and it would have been much less than what it is, and I feel like that would have disappointed a lot of people. That's just my 2 cents on it. Besides that, you got an SOS button, of course, with Toyota's connected services. Little dome lights up here, auto dimming mirror, nice typical BMW setup touchscreen system here with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Amazon Alexa, all sorts of stuff. Start stop button, your volume knobs here, along with all of your presets. And also something a lot of people don't know is if you take your finger and you just touch the preset buttons and you glide it over it, it actually lets you preview what your presets are up here by sliding your finger back and forth on the buttons without even pressing them, which I kind of just discovered on accident, but it's pretty cool. Typical just BMW AC system setup here, which I accidentally just turned on, so we're going to turn it back off before it blasts me in the face. Typical BMW shifter, wireless phone charger down here, nice little control pad for your touchscreen up there. You got your auto shut off button that you can turn off here, sport mode, parking sensors, traction control, safety system that you can go into and customize a bunch of stuff, parking brake, and then you got a nice bit of carbon fiber that just kind of goes around that center console. Cup holders here with metal accents on them, real leather, nice little storage cubby there, and then you have access into the trunk with a privacy cover, little brace bar here, and speakers right there as well. And the sound system in this car is actually really, really good. I'm sweating so bad. Trunk button on this car is hidden right here, so if I press that, take you guys around with me to the back of it. Grab that there. Trunk opens up, which one annoying thing is they didn't put any physical button on the trunk back here, so you have to either use the key or press the button inside the car, which you'll find kind of annoying. Otherwise it's okay. Privacy cover kind of goes up with it, and you get a good decent bit of trunk space. I mean, you can see all my junk in there, clothes, shorts, little emergency roadside bag. In the side over here you do get a little cubby area with a fix-a-flat kit and a little tow hook, but that's about it. Let's close that up. I like the door handles on these two, pretty cool looking. Let's see, we pull this thing here. You pull that twice actually, and it lets your hood release. So there isn't an actual like physical hood latch that you reach into and grab to lift the hood up. You just pull that little lever twice and it pops the hood. There's a nice look at the wheels. Not my favorite colorway for a wheel. I do like the design of the wheel, it's pretty decent, but I don't like the chrome two-tone look. Got nice big ass 6-piston brake calipers from Brembo that say Toyota Supra in them. And then if we walk around to here, grab the center of the hood, lift up, and there's your engine bay. A nice big old V58 BMW inline 6-cylinder, putting out about what, 382 horsepower, a little over 400 with the downpipe setup that I have on it. Something a lot of people don't know is that if you had a 2020 model and not a 2021 or 22, you actually got less horsepower. I think it was around 332 or something, and you didn't get these strut tower braces either. So anybody that did not get a 21 or a 22 and still got a 2020 at the start kind of missed out on that little power bump along with the strut tower braces. If I pop that engine cover off, get a nice look at the motor. Side mounted turbo that just kind of sits here underneath the intake system. It's kind of hard to see. But something I really do like about this car is how neat and tidy and everything is, and how easy it is to use and open. So like all of your your coolant tank and brake reservoir and everything is so easy to open. Like everything literally just pops open with a click like that. It's like a half turn for everything. And listen to that. You know, put it back in there. It's just a turn and a click. Even underneath here, your ECU cover here, it just pops off. So if you grab it, it just pops off with these little pins underneath it. And everything is lined up real nice and tidy, super neat. And then to put it back, you just put it back over and you press down on it. I mean, I think that's pretty neat. Even here on your coolant tank here, if you twist it off, just a half turn to take it off, and you twist and it clicks right back into place and lines it up with the arrows. Same thing right there. I mean, I find it really nice that everything is so easy to get to. Even your air intake, if you were to let's say, swap it out for an aftermarket one, which I plan to do. I have tons of modifications that I plan on doing to this car. It is literally just this one clamp here and one at the bottom, your little worm clamps. You unplug the sensor here, take the little strut tower brace off, which you wouldn't have to do on the 2020 models, with these two bolts here. And then the intake box, the whole air box here, you can see, I mean, it's literally just sitting in there, and it is just pressed in right there. So if you pull up on it, it literally just pops out, directly pops out. Super easy battery access in case you needed a jump start right there. You got your positive portion there, negative ground right there. I mean, everything is just very modular and easy to get to on this car and to use. Kind of like just, building Legos. Even the downpipe that I did on the car. See, everything pops back super easy. Even the downpipe on the car, it was one bolt at the top, two clips and two sensor clips for the O2 sensors on the upstream and downstream that I had to unplug that just sit right here underneath the engine cover, and then one bolt at the bottom of the downpipe, and the whole thing literally, and a brace bolt. The whole thing would just, afterwards it just slid out. That's it, you just grab it and it slides out. So extremely easy to use car and easy to modify. I mean, it practically drives itself. I mean, it is an 8-speed automatic, which I've always owned a manual, so this is new to me. Not sure if I love it or hate it yet, but it is a good transmission and it shifts extremely quick. So if that's something you're worried about, it is not going to disappoint you. When you are driving in the car, pretty much as fast as you can pull that paddle on the steering wheel, it will shift gears. I mean, instantly. It is so lightning fast and it will not disappoint you. Also the rolling burnout mode and line lock and launch control is also very fun too. Close that up. Also, a little tip with these Supra hoods. I've kind of learned my lesson when it comes to these. If you pull up on the hood on the either left or the right side, you run the chance of bending the brackets at the back and then your hood never aligning back perfectly like it's supposed to. This is just because it's such a big and heavy hood. If you're not careful, you bend those brackets in the corners, which I think they should have made them a lot tougher than they did. But it is what it is. So just always be careful with it. Open it up from the middle, close it down at the middle, give it a nice gentle close, and don't slam it. Headlights are full LED, they're excellent too. very bright. Safety features work great. Car even comes with a heads-up display, which is really nice. Wish it had real vents. Don't know why they put a bunch of fake vents around this car, but it is what it is. I feel like, you know, Toyota saying that, oh, you know, it was for the aftermarket companies to open up afterwards and do their thing, claim that I've heard before is just a bunch of nonsense. I feel like they should have just left them open from the factory, especially for, you know, a $60,000 sports car. It's kind of lame, but, you know, it is what it is. Mine unfortunately did not come with the carbon mirror caps. Plan on getting those, and I do need to get those wind buffeting little thingies that go in the corners here, because the wind noise on this thing is horrible. It will literally makes your eardrums rattle, and the pressure just hurts from it. I mean, it's just miserable, so I do need to get those. I'm not sure why I didn't do that first instead of getting a downpipe. But yeah. Yeah, and besides the downpipe, I mean, I got my license plate bracket there, the unpopular kids sticker. There's a GR badge on the car. And then I did the unpopular kids little valve stem caps, but everything else is bone stock. I mean, it's just the downpipe. That's all I've done to the car. But yeah, I mean, beautiful piece of machinery. It's very fast, super fun. You guys let me know if you want to see more. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a walk around the car. You know, let you guys know that I am still alive. I know I haven't posted anything in a while since I had the Fiat, and a lot's changed since then, since I owned that car. But, you know, this is an awesome new journey that I get to start with you guys, and hopefully this is one of many cars that I get to show you guys, and we can just kind of go from there and build on that. So, yeah, stay tuned, and if you guys want to see any more videos or have any questions, let me know, and I can make more videos on that. And once I start getting some modifications for the car, or find the money for it, besides just being able to barely scrape the car note for it, then I will make more videos. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one.